Geminis, welcome and Happy New Year. Okay, so in this reading, we're going to look at the astrological houses and get clarity on all areas for a successful 2025. And so watch your sun, moon, and rising sign videos to get the most complete picture. And this is timeless, even though it says 2025. So anytime you do come across this, there may be messages here for you. And we're going to start with the first house of self-personality, attitude. Okay, so right off, I see that you are definitely coming into the new year with a victory mindset and a positive attitude. And I feel like you are resigned to achieving and accomplishing your goals, and you will be successful. So you do have that opportunity to be successful and to accomplish some things. So let me see what type of energy is going to be here. Okay, so we have Taurus with trust, patience, and sensuality. So I feel like you trusting in yourself, which I'm always promoting that, and having some patience as well is going to help you with accomplishing your goals. So essentially, as far as your attitude is concerned, have trust, have patience, and believe and know that you can achieve and accomplish anything that you do set your mind to. All right, so you may also want to consider incorporating sensuality. And so it's hard to say incorporate that, but I just mean in some way of like as it relates to your appearance, like just playing up your beautifulness, or if you're really attractive is what I'm sensing. You know, don't be afraid to be who you are. If you enjoy wearing makeup, or you enjoy the red lipstick, or you know, there's just something about you that you enjoy, go for it. Go for it. Because I'm hearing that it is going to help you with accomplishing your goals and dreams, because unfortunately this is a visual type of society, and what you look like sometimes does have an impact on how far you can get, or giving you access to people and opening doors and things like that. And I'm not promoting that, and I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying that that is the reality of things. So, you know, I would say like look the part is what I'm hearing. So if you desire to be a leader, then you may want to dress like it. Okay, so that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here, is like fully step into the role that you desire, and that includes with your appearance. Okay, so let's move to second house, personal finances and possessions, and see what we have there for our Gemini. Okay. All right, so this is definitely an area that you are being guided to continue to work in and continue to work towards your goals, because you made a lot of progress here. And this is wonderful, because with some of the other readings, I'm seeing that, okay, it's about like starting that process. But here it is appearing as though you've already started that process and you've made some really great strides toward your goals, and you're almost there. You are almost there. So you are being guided and requested to continue working on it, and then also take a moment to appreciate everything that you've accomplished so far, and also reflect on what went well, what worked, what didn't work, and do more of what worked. Okay, so what influence do we have here? All right, we have Chiron with hurt and heal. So I feel like we just said that, kind of doing that reflection and looking at what worked versus what didn't. So it's also an opportunity for you to ensure that you are letting things go, and you're not letting things that didn't work out in the past and didn't go your way, or you preferred a different approach or outcome. You're not letting that get in the way of you continuing to move forward and continuing to work on accomplishing your goals. And even if you do have a couple setbacks here and there, so I'm hearing like there was maybe like a dip to the savings because you decided to do certain things, then that's okay. Like you're recognizing that, acknowledging that, and appreciating just even having that ability to say like, yes, I do want to try that. I do want to see where that goes. So that's a blessing to even have the opportunity to try it and to invest in it. But it's like some things did work out, others did not. But you've accomplished and you've made progress, and you're so close to achieving and accomplishing what it is you set out to do. So I love that. I love that. All right, so let's move to third house with communication. So what do we have for communication for our Gemini? What do we have? Thank you. All right. Okay. So you are absolutely being guided to just have, again, a little bit of patience and be mindful of your communication as well, and recognize, says Gemini, you're intelligent, and you may be communicating with others that are not on the same intellectual level with you. So it's about recognizing that and having a little bit of compassion and understanding, and adjusting your communication so that it is more constructive and you can maintain the relationship. Okay, and you can do this. You're ready to do this. You know how to do this. Don't say like, you know what, that's too hard, I'm not trying to figure that out, I'm just saying what I want to say. No, you do have the ability to deploy your emotional intelligence in a constructive way and communicate in a constructive way. So you do have that ability. Don't overthink it. Just have a little bit of empathy and compassion before you speak. Okay, so what other influences here? All right, so we have stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability with fixed sign energy. So yeah, like come out of your comfort zone a little bit is what I'm hearing. So you may have to try something new. You may have to, you know, open yourself up to be vulnerable. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a different approach that is going to benefit you the most for your highest good, for the best outcomes. Okay. All right, so let's move on to fourth house with our, we're gonna look at South Node first. So I wanna see like what talents you have already mastered. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I feel like this is just a Gemini characteristic and quality, as far as just being able to adapt and shift your perspective and focus on what is really best for the situation at the time. So you have that ability to, and I'm hearing like chameleon, like shapeshifter type of energy, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. I know a lot of times people label that as bad, and they say that you know, you're just kind of going with whatever situation is presenting itself and changing yourself for that. But if we're looking at that from a more high vibrational standpoint, it's about you adjusting and recognizing what is needed to be successful and to have the highest outcome for each situation. So if, for instance, it's you're coming into a situation where parties have conflict, you're putting on like your collaboration hat and your teamwork hat, and you're approaching a situation like, hey, you know, can we work together? Can we talk about this? Can we collaborate? You know, you're coming in as the negotiator. So that's the way that I see it, and that's the way that I would view it, as a positive characteristic, that you are able to adjust and adapt quickly to the changing needs of your environment and the situation. And also, this is about recognizing when a different approach is needed as well, like learning those lessons from things that are going on, from the conflicts and from just the experiences that are coming your way. Like, you're learning those lessons and recognizing like what is valuable and what you're going to keep versus what is not valuable and what doesn't matter to you. Also, there's a little I would say a little baggage with just when things don't go your way, or when you feel like you've been wronged, you may have a tendency to overanalyze the situation and overthink it and think that others are really focused on you and focused on making you look bad and just talking negatively and speaking negatively about you, where that's not actually the case. Okay? So you definitely need to hear that. And yes, maybe they've stated their position and they've stated it from their perspective, but that's it. That's it. They've stated and they said what they said, and they're moving on now. So you can see these individuals are not even looking at him, but he's very much focused on them and what they're doing. Okay? So just remember that you know, you may be overthinking things and overanalyzing things at times. Let's just say that. All right, so what other influences here with our South Node? We have establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. So those are always also areas that you are either here to master or you have mastered already. And so I'm hearing like you are good at this. Like, it's showing me like, yeah, even with the financial foundation here, that you've put in a lot of work and you've done and made great progress toward that. So you have the ability to be successful in all of these areas and to feel fulfilled. Okay? So that is your birthright. All right, so let's also look at home and family for the 4th house. So what do we have there? Okay. So I do see for some of you, this is about moving toward, quite literally, separating and moving on toward what is more fulfilling to you, or just shifting your family unit and your family environment and your relationships within the family to one that is healing, one where, you know, you're really applying those lessons that you've learned in the past, and you're trying to have better relationships. And you are being guided by your guides and being protected, and you have your angels there as well. So all you need to do is just ask for that help and that assistance to help you create those better relationships. But you are absolutely being guided and protected. So I feel like this is your higher self here. So this is like a guide, a protector. He's guiding her. She's not even seeing it. So, I mean, she knows it obviously here based on the picture, but this in an abstract, like higher level perspective, could represent like your higher self and your guides smoothly guiding you through those turbulent waters with the lessons that you've learned to create a better life, to create something new and great. Okay, so let's see what influences here. So we have Earth with persistence, patience, and practicality. So those are the characteristics, the aspects that you can apply to have those better relationships and to start working toward those better relationships. Okay. I love that. Where do I want to put this? I'll put it here. All right, so let's move on to 5th house with children. Let's look at children. What do we have there? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. So I feel like 2 things. Your children as well are going to have the opportunity to achieve the goals that they set out for themselves. So this is about dreams and ideas and passions that they have that, you know, they may talk about and, you know, float around in their mind and dream about. This is about bringing that down into reality and really focusing on like what makes sense versus what doesn't make sense. Okay? And as children, we know that that's just a part of life, and they tend to have that kid-like, childlike mentality where they do believe anything is possible, and you should always feel that way. So I'm not saying, crush their dreams or anything, but I am saying, think in terms of like what's possible. Okay, if you want to be the principal of the school, then you will need to get good grades. You need to have a doctorate degree for that. You need to, be a good communicator. You need to be a good leader, so it's like talking about them about, realistically, what are the things that you would need if that is what you desire and that is what you want, and helping them to start to work toward what they desire and what their dreams are. Okay, because this is about bringing those dreams down into reality. Okay. Oh, also, we have creativity in this 5th house. So again, this is even with you. This applies to you as well. Having like all of these great, amazing ideas and projects that you want to implement, or business lines that you want to explore. But it's about thinking in terms of just realistically, what is it that you can pull down into reality? And you can pull it all down into reality, and you can have it all. There's no limit to what you can have and achieve. I'm just saying, like, thinking realistically, thinking practically. If you have 10 ideas, you have 10 business ideas and 10 business lines that you want to implement, that is going to be difficult to do at one time. So what can you do? Okay, what do you feel most inspired by? What can you do now and today? What progress can you make toward your goals? And focusing on that. Also about having that plan as well. Also, we have listening to intuition here and being guided by your intuition. And I'm also hearing that it may be time, and this is for some of you, and just only if it applies. If it doesn't, then just discard it. But it may be time to have those spiritual conversations with your children. But that's totally up to you. But I am hearing that. So whoever was thinking about that or is open to that, try it out. Start those conversations out and see where their mind is. And a lot of times you're going to be surprised, and you're going to learn in that conversation as well. But yeah, allow that intuition to also drive not only your conversations and growth, but your ideas and the projects and the things that are important to you. So what influence do we have here? So we have Gemini, we have you here. So you being you. Okay. So we have curiosity, intellect, and networking. I love those 3 things because that is what we're talking about here. The key to success: curiosity, intellect, and networking. I love that. Okay. All right. So let's move to 6th house. And let's first look at work environment. So what do we have for work environment? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of success here in the environment. That's amazing. Okay, so yeah, we said that initially very early on, that you have the power to be successful and to achieve all that you desire. And we even talked about the example of you maybe wanting and desiring to be a CEO, a leader, a manager, and thinking, like, looking like the part, dressing like how the managers dress, acting like how the managers act, approaching things with that collaborative mindset. Okay, and being an inspiration to others and standing out from others. So those are all things that you can do in your working environment. But this is about like setting your financial foundation, and we talked about that as well. So we have more confirmation here. So you are like getting to it. You're getting to your bag and getting that money. And these are all things that you desire. If you desire these things, they're right there available to you. a lot of abundance, okay? So you may also want to incorporate some nature into your working environment, and I'm thinking specifically about plants as well. So you may want to look at a little bit of greenery while you're doing your work, okay? So if that's the case, then you are being guided to do that. Put some plants around your desk, okay? Or take time, like go out, sit out on your deck and do work if you work from home. Just be in nature, incorporate nature into your working environment in some way, somehow, okay? Or like take walks at lunch is also something that I'm hearing. Just get out in nature more, okay? So that's also gonna relieve some stress for you as well. I love that. All right, so I also want to look at Chiron here, because that is what I was taught, that Chiron rules Virgo. So let's see. All right, so there may be injustice that's happened to you, and this is essentially over like previous lifetimes. So for instance, if your money was taken from you illegally in a previous lifetime, this is about getting that back in this lifetime. Okay, so that's just an example of what I'm talking about. So hopefully you can understand like what I'm saying, but this is about like things balancing out, the scales of justice balancing out here in this lifetime. So you are like coming up in this lifetime, right? Everything is being restored back to you during this time for this life. I love that. What else? We have Pluto with transform. So as part of that process will be transformation and change. Okay. But I feel like you are open to that and you understand that. But just know that this is a lifelong experience here. And it's requiring you to transform along the way and level up each time along the way. So that's even more abundance, more financial stability coming to you, more enlightenment, more spiritual knowing. Okay, I love it. So what influence do we have here? All right, so we have Yang with proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yeah, absolutely. I just said that as long as you are continuing to move forward and you're allowing that transformation and change to happen, you're leveling up every single time. You're raising your vibration every single time with each experience, with each lesson. So that's beautiful. Like, you got it. You know what to do. You know what you came here to do. And you know how to do it. All right, so let's see. Let's move on to our 7th house with marriage partnerships. Okay, yeah, so this is really going to be, and so this is going to work, or what was I trying to say? So this could be either you in the relationship with your partner deciding to let go of past hurts, past pains, things that you are really struggling to work through and get over. This is about letting those things go to be successful this year. Or it's about you releasing and letting the entire relationship go to be successful in 2025. Okay? So whichever one this is, however it applies to your situation, is going to be different for everyone since this is a collective reading. But there are absolutely some burdens, past hurts that need to let go, that we need to let go of, and healing that will happen as a part of that process in order to, again, be successful. All right, so we have the 4th house with cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So yeah, this is about moving into a energy and environment in your home that is peaceful, that is calm, that is unconditionally loving. So what does that mean? What do you need to let go of to allow this to happen? And I'm also hearing that this could also be like negative thoughts, patterns, habits, and belief systems as well. So we have a lot going on here, but it's about letting go of all the negative and focusing on the positive and bringing yourself into this state of peace and allowing that to permeate throughout your home environment. Okay. So anything else? Let's see. Is there anything else you want to tell us about partnerships and marriage, close relationships? All right. Yeah. So no worries at all. If you do decide that this isn't the relationship for you, you have love coming through and coming in. You have it coming to you. And if you are on the side where, okay, we're working together here, and you and your partner decide to let go of shit and just move forward and step into that unconditionally loving space, then there is nothing but love waiting there. So it's going to be up to you too to truly let things go to receive that unconditional love. Okay? All right, so let's move on to our 8th house with joint resources, other people's money. What do we have here? All right, yes. So I do feel like you will be a little more compassionate with the finances and managing the finances. So especially if you're working in the home environment, so you have a partner that you're working with, or you have to manage things for the kids, or just as the head of the family unit. So I do see compassion and empathy coming into that space and allowing you to manage that better. Okay, so you're already working on accomplishing your goals and achieving your goals, and with each step that you take, the more and more you accomplish, the more you're able to relax a little bit and have a little bit of a good time and have those fun nights. Okay, so yeah, you're coming into that and with a really emotionally balanced viewpoint, because you can't spend it all. I mean, you could, there's nothing wrong with that either if you do that. But, realistically speaking, if you're looking and you're working toward accomplishing and achieving goals, you're not going to do that. However, you may say, you know what, we've been doing really, really great. We're going to do Friday's family night, and we're going to, go bowling. We're going to go to the movies, and we're going to, eat out or something. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be able to incorporate those treats in to raise everybody's energy and just create those good feelings. But you're also going to maintain that financial security as well. So what influence do we have here? So we have the Sun with self-express and embody truth. Yes, I love that. Because you're coming from a space where you are managing things truthfully, honestly. You're being real about, look, we don't got it right now. We need to wait. You know what I'm saying? So just stay true to your goals. And you know how to communicate, and you know how to get people on board and persuade people and encourage people to align to your plan and support your plan. So this is about using your empathy, using your emotional intelligence to communicate, okay, why we need to stay on budget and what we're working towards. Remember that. Everybody remember, this is what we're doing. We're saving for a trip. Okay, so you have the ability to communicate that and to keep everyone, as a leader, the leader that you are, you have the ability to keep everybody on board and keep everybody motivated toward the goals. So I love that. And that's going to happen through your communication and through you having compassion and understanding for everyone else, but also having fun, enjoying yourself at those certain moments where it's like, okay, we hit a milestone. We reached this amount in our savings plan. And I don't know why I keep using that as an example, but just, hopefully you're understanding where I'm going with this, right? So it's like, you got to have those little victories along the way, and you have to celebrate those little victories along the way to keep everyone on the same page and keep everyone motivated and working towards the goal. Okay, so also, if you do like manage other people's money, or you manage funds or investments or anything like that, like also utilizing communication, really effective communication, managing your emotional state, because at times that can get emotional. The emotions can flare when there's a lot of money involved. We all know that. Or even if there isn't a lot of money involved, it can still flare, and things can get out of hand. But it's about you being the master of emotions that you are, like coming in and calming things down. Again, using your emotional intelligence and your ability to manage emotions well, and your leadership skills and qualities to make everyone understand, working through the difficult times or challenges or setbacks. Again, it's about keeping them motivated, keeping them working toward the goal. And that really does require truth as well, and being transparent as well. So this is about like being honest and figuring out the way, thinking outside the box to garner that support and to keep everybody engaged and involved, not like misrepresenting things or lying about things. So, and I know you won't do that, but I'm just saying. Okay, so let's see what other influences here. So we have the 10th house with structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career, right? Absolutely. So we have the money there. We have you working toward it. We have you managing everything appropriately and managing emotions appropriately. And when those setbacks occur, like you're stepping up, you're stepping into that energy where you're able to say, hey, okay, here's what happened. Here's what we need to do about it to fix it. And let's just move on. Okay, so really getting everybody on board and making those changes and sticking to those changes that you decide, learning those lessons and sticking to them as you progress to continue to be successful. Okay, oops. All right, so let's move on to our 9th house. So I want to first look at North Node. So let's see where your talent should be directed. I think I'll take that. Okay. Oh, so we have something else here. All right. Okay. So I hear like some of you are deciding between like a spiritual type of career versus like a corporate career. So it's like, do you want to stay in the matrix versus do you not? Do you want to start to explore things? So it's like you'll have to decide if you want that chapter of being in the matrix to close or not. So for your highest good, the recommendation is to allow that chapter to close and to really go for what you truly desire and what your passion is. Okay. However, that's not so easy, and you really have to do that when you're ready. You don't want to just jump ship and things are out of control, or you haven't reached the goals that you wanted to accomplish quite yet, because you're also, we know, building your financial foundation as well. So, you're not about doing things that's going to rock it. However, if it's time, if you're ready, if you feel good about it, and you trust in yourself and you're using your intuition, you're allowing your intuition and higher self to guide you, and it feels good, it feels right, then go for it. Go for it. So what influences here? So we have water with spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Yes, absolutely. I feel like these are all the components that you would utilize to make this decision. Everything's right here. Your spirituality, your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, your thoughts, and your compassion. Right? Yes, I love that. All right, so what else in our 9th house? We have higher education, travel. All right, so you may travel. So I would just say to, if you do decide to travel, to just have your ducks in a row. Just plan things out a little more, I would say, if you do plan to travel, and if possible, prepare for any unexpected events that may happen during that time. So like flight delays, you know, like issues with the rental car, issues with the hotel, issues with the Airbnb, you know, so just be aware that there could be a little changes happening here and there, or little unexpected events happening here and there that you will have to address. And you know, you are the master of emotions, so you will apply your emotional intelligence to help you get through and to still have a good time regardless of the circumstance and the situation, and also to give you the strength and courage to work through it and not, you know, just have a meltdown and be like, oh, just throw the whole vacation away. No. Okay. So let me see what energy is here. All right, so we have Aries with independence, bravery, and passion. All right, I love that. So definitely. So there may also be opportunities here for you to be a little more assertive when these things are happening, when they're, you know, they canceled your rent-a-car and, you know, for no reason, or for they had no business doing that, and just, you know, it's okay to express your displeasure in an emotionally intelligent way. Okay, I'm not saying like, oh, just cuss them out. I'm saying like, yeah, just communicating like, okay, this is causing these types of issues. What can we do to fix this? You know, what can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen again to anyone else? You know, just taking a collaborative approach as a leader would do to find a solution. Okay, but speaking up for yourself. Okay. All right, so what else do we have here? All right, so let's move to our 10th house with career and status. What do we have for Gemini? Okay, let's see. What do we have? Ooh, okay, so we have a lot going on here. All right, so this is absolutely a time for you not to call attention to things that you feel you need to work on. Okay, so stay positive, stay strong, stay focused on your goals, and as we stated, stay focused on being the part. If you want to be that leader, if you want to be that manager, if you want to be that independent business owner, how would that person act? How would that person look? How would that person feel? What would that person say? How would that person react in specific situations? Would they call attention to, you know, they don't have a degree, or would they do some research and Google and find some things out and connect with people and, you know, share ideas and get ideas and bring ideas to the table? Okay, so it's about like really stepping into that role and being what you desire to be. Also, again, we have like letting go of the burdens and letting go of what's not working and what's not serving you, because your victory is right there. His house is right there. All he has to do is lift his head up, see where he's going, and throw all this baggage away. Throw it all away. It's not helpful to you at this point in time. It's not helpful. It's not helping you to achieve your goals. Okay? It's really just holding you back and creating obstacles. Okay? So also be loyal to what it is that you love and what it is that you're passionate about. And you also have to be truthful about it as well. What is it that you desire? Truthfully, honestly. What do you desire? And what do you feel passionate about? And what do you want? Okay, because I'm hearing Just as an example, like if you do want to be a psychic and you want to have your own business, but you work a 9 to 5, and you also have like just desires to be a supervisor just because you want more money, you have to be truthful and honest about what is more important. Do you spend those nights doing lives and working on your skills, or do you spend that time doing stuff for work? Okay, so it's totally up to you. There is no wrong answer, but again, I'm just showing you the differences between like where to focus your energy based on what it is you truly desire and what you feel passionate about. Okay, I love that. All right, so we have sextile with a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. So yeah, you have every opportunity to be successful in the area that you want to focus in. So again, we talked about deciding what it is that you want to do, focusing on the positive, letting go of things that aren't helpful, and staying loyal to what it is you truly desire. And throughout that process, there will be ups and downs, there will be challenges, but it's not necessarily going to feel like the world has ended, because this is what you love to do. And those problems and issues, you're going to find solutions to them, because again, you're passionate about this work. And this is your life purpose, and it's what you want to do. Like, you want to be here, so you will find solutions. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's move to our 11th house with friends. Let's see, friends and group associations. What do we have there? Okay. Yeah. So I feel like this is about fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the page, and if you didn't realize, I do have like 2 decks here because I wanted to see like what messages would come out twice, and we have it right here with this page coming out twice. So it's really about curiosity and starting new journeys and connecting with your soul family. So that is huge. That is huge for this year. Okay, and staying positive, because this is on the bottom, the sun. I love that. Yes, I love that. And using your intuition, gaining that clarity, and doing what you feel passionate about and moving toward it and trusting that you have everything that you need. So I'm going to stop now. But yeah, I love that. So yeah, get curious and get started on your dreams and desires. Okay, so this is about curiosity, about starting a new venture, but one that you feel passionate about and one that you want to do. Okay. And there's also, if you're not quite sure how to get started, or you feel like you have too much on your plate, you're being guided to cut some things out. Like if you have, 3 priorities, and I think I gave this example earlier, but I'm going to say it again because it does apply here. Like if you have multiple priorities, like narrow that down, and really only focus on the ones you feel passionate about. And then also, your soul family is here, because let's get back to friends, group association. Like your soul family is here. It's about you finding and connecting with them, and that will be easy. And just if you allow it to come, like you'll have those synchronicities where you connect. You could be walking down the street and someone's talking about a business venture that you're interested in. You might be like, oh, yeah, I was thinking about that. I like this or that or whatever. Let's just say crypto. I'm hearing crypto. Somebody may be talking about that. You're like, oh, you know what? I am interested in that. How did you get into it? Do you have any recommendations for sites, or I don't know what those would be, like account management sites, or just any areas where you could find out more information. So there you have a connection. You're networking. That person may even be able to give you some guidance, ideas. And I'm not saying like just take that information from anybody and just do it. You know what I mean? I'm saying like just for research purposes. So then you can research it and you can decide what is best for you and what makes sense for you. Okay, so you don't get like scammed or anything like that. Okay, but yeah, this is about like those serendipitous moments and connecting with that soul family, because there's a lot of ideas and creativity there that you could tap into. Okay. All right, so let's move on to our 12th house with our spirituality. All right, yes. Excuse me. So it is about making strides there as well. What do you desire there? I'm hearing like absolutely continue with those self-care practices, body, mind, and soul. That's what I'm hearing. So that is the move for 2025, working on yourself, body, mind, and soul, and ensuring that you are implementing those self-care practices, okay? You're doing your meditations, you're getting out into nature, you're journaling, you're spending time with family, soul family, in environments that you feel love. And if you're not really feeling that, it's about like pouring into yourself more, meditating more for a longer period of time, taking longer walks, exercising longer, also eating healthy, drinking your water, staying hydrated as well. All right, so it's about getting back to you and filling your cup up as well. So I'm also hearing like getting massages for some of you, or like getting your nails and pedicure, like just those little spa moments, that spa time, relaxation time, whatever and however it works for you to replenish and refill your cup is what you're absolutely being guided to do. And this is leading into your spirituality and a balancing that's happening there. Okay, so about raising your vibration and connecting with those things that allow you to do that, and that would be your self-care practices. In addition to that, feel the way you want to feel. Okay, so positive attitude, positive mindset, and staying in that loving, that unconditionally loving energy. Okay. All right, so let's get some of these. All right, so what other messages do we have for our Gemini? Oh, perseverance. I like that. We have, I know I can do whatever I set my mind to. So overall, stay focused. And we talked about that. Trust your intuition. We touched on that as well. So these are overall messages for 2025. We have level up. We talked about that. Your vibration is getting raised. The more that you do, the more you stay focused, the more you do things that you feel passionate about and you love, the more you stay positive, the more you only think positive, loving thoughts. Okay, we have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Yes, absolutely. Remembering that you are connected. We are all connected. Remembering that. And again, kind of applying your emotions based on that understanding, right? So that will help you in those moments where you are feeling like, I'm about to say exactly what I'm feeling. Okay. All right, what else do we have? All right, we have harmony. I love that. We have purposefulness. I love that. We have detachment, and we talked about letting go of stuff that's not working, that's not serving you. And we talked about tact. Yes. Using your emotional intelligence in your communications, communicating constructively, and maintaining relationships. Okay, what else do we have here? So we have woman holding a coin, and we were seeing that Queen of Pentacles all throughout this. We definitely saw her more than once. So here it is again. You are getting your bag, and you're using the divine feminine characteristics. So just because it's a woman doesn't mean that this means it's a woman, or doesn't mean that you're a woman. This is about calling in those divine feminine characteristics, that emotional intelligence. And anyone can have that, but I'm just saying, like, just being more compassionate, more understanding, just communicating in a way that considers others' feelings and emotions. Okay, and we have flexibility as well. We also have indecision and angel of balance. So absolutely calling on your angels, your guides, your higher self and source to help you during those times when you're not quite sure what direction to go in. And when you're looking for guidance on what to do and how to figure it out, you have all the answers that you need. And when you feel like you don't, you can always call on your higher self and source and your guides to assist you. And they'll be right there. All right, so let's get a couple more messages. All right, so we have magic eggs. Beginning something is exciting. We love that, especially for the new year. We have intuition. Again, we have intuition. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. We love that as well because we touched on that in a couple times during this reading. So we have a cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. I love that. So this is the door for that. Yes, open that door, step into it, step into your authentic self. So we have journey, branch out to new worlds. I let go, I release, I am perfect within perfect possibility. I love this because this is that reminder that any and all things are possible. There are no limits. If you have faith, if you trust, you're flexible. We have expression. Express your true self. The world needs you. Yes, this is about you, again, being authentically you. And we have the dark. Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to crickets and breathing in the cool night air. And you were also guided in a couple areas to get into nature. So this is that additional reminder about how nature, the sun, the beauty, the plants, can be a healing aspect or component of your life. So tap into that this year. All right, Gemini, so those are the messages I have for you. Please subscribe, like, and share this video, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates. Happy 2025. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll talk soon.